Hi, physiology students, and welcome to the summer section of physiology. This will be section 50925 at Long Beach City College. We are starting on Monday, July 18th and going for 5 short weeks to Thursday, August 18th. I'm Elizabeth Bamer, and it's great to meet you guys. I'm going to take you through really briefly in this welcome video, the syllabus, Canvas, and kind of what to expect in this course. The one thing I'm just going to throw out there right away is this is going to be a very intense course. You'll have a lot of work to do daily. So just keep that in mind. I know a lot of you, want to get physiology out of the way, but what you're doing in 5 weeks normally would take 16 weeks in a normal semester. So there's going to be hours of work to do every day in order to succeed in this course. So just keep that in mind. It's going to be an intense couple of weeks. So here's the welcome page, a link to the syllabus, my email. I'm just going to hold office hours by appointment only. So if you plan to be in this Zoom meeting Thursdays at 8 a.m. for my office hours, just let me know ahead of time. Otherwise, I don't always log on unless I know someone's going to be there, especially during the summer. Links to all the modules that I'll go through right now. Keep your eye on the announcement section. I'll keep important announcements there. I copied this course from the time I taught it in the spring and fall, so you'll already see study guides posted for the lecture exams and lab exams, but keep checking this for important information, the announcement section. Then the modules are where you can get kind of the majority of your work. And I would encourage you to maybe stay in the module section because it kind of takes you through what is due, especially in a 5-week course. This is going to go by really quickly, and I kind of set it up where there's a module for every week of the course, more or less. There's a lot of important information with some quizzes due by this Wednesday, July 20th. So please get these assignments done, easy points done by July 20th, this Wednesday. I kind of use these assignments to see who's checked into Canvas and done their work, because a lot of people want your spot, and I'll most likely be adding people. If there's someone who hasn't done these assignments, I might drop them. Okay, so here's the syllabus. There's a syllabus and welcome quiz, just to make sure that you've read through and watched this video. There's a discussion where I just ask for you to tell me your name, why you're taking this course, what are your career goals, and then I ask you to create an initial post and then actually reply to 2 classmates as well by this Wednesday. So lots to do already by this Wednesday. So please reply just as we can kind of build a community and get to know each other. Back to the important information, the first module. So we have the syllabus and welcome quiz discussion due by Wednesday. This kind of gives you a link on how to register for the textbook in MyLab and Mastering. So we'll be using a Pearson textbook that you'll need to get the access code for. So you can click on the MyLab and Mastering, create an account, and then get your textbook that way. It gives you a link to the e-version of the e-text, as well as a link to about half the labs we'll be doing. So this MyLab and Mastering, this is how we'll get to about half of your labs, which will start in kind of the second week. So you have about a week to get that textbook. Then we will be using Proctorio. So all of your exams and quizzes will be proctored. It's an artificial intelligence system that watches you and your screen take tests. I only usually go back and watch your exam if it's flagged you, because it can see if your eyes have wandered from the screen, if there's a lot of noise in the background, or it'll tell me if you're looking down a lot. Let's say if you have your phone there. So otherwise, I don't watch these because I have a lot of students that I don't have time to watch everyone's. I only watch the ones that it flags me for, which again is if you're looking down or looking away. But we will be using Proctorio. And this gives you a link on how to make sure Proctorio is properly installed on your desktop. And then there's just a Proctorio practice quiz. And all quizzes and exams that say remotely proctored are using Proctorio. So just make sure you know how to do that. One thing I cannot emphasize enough is that if Proctorio asks you for an access code when you open up an exam or quiz, that means that it's not properly installed in your computer. It's being blocked for some reason. If you installed Proctorio correctly and cleared your cache and your cookies on your browser, then whenever you open up a quiz or an exam in Canvas, it should just open up automatically. You should never be have to put in an access code. If it does ask you for one, go back, look at the Proctorio tech support, and you might have to reinstall or clear your cache. So just keep that in mind. If it's asking you for an access code, it means it's blocked, and you'll have to go back with some tech support help. Here's my office hour link. Here's the YouTube channel link of all the recorded lectures that are already up there. I might go back and update these a little bit. They're from a couple semesters ago when I taught it from the same textbook, but this is a link already to all of the recorded lectures. This is a link to the physiology workshop information and schedule. So during the physiology course, you'll need to attend 3 workshops, which are live kind of tutoring sessions on a particular topic shown here. No sign up is necessary. You take a look at the schedule, you click on the Zoom link, and then you go to the workshop. And then you will need to fill out the handout, which is shown here, and then email it to the MDSC, and they keep track of the handouts or worksheets you've completed by going to these workshops. I and another instructor at Long Beach teach a lot of these workshops, so you'll see me in a lot of these workshops as well, but they're just great kind of extra directed study time in one of these particular topics. I have you guys fill out 3. So you need to complete 3 by August 18th, and they're each worth 10 points for 30 points total. So those are workshops. All right, moving then into module 1. And again, everything's moving really quickly here. All of the modules usually start on a Monday and end on a Sunday night. So all assignments are due on Sunday night. That's a little bit different for these first assignments in the introductory module. Syllabus, quiz, discussion, and Proctorio practice quiz. Those 3 items are all due this Wednesday, July 20th. All other assignments will always be due on a Sunday at midnight, except for the final module, because our course ends on a Thursday. So the final module, I'm going to scroll down here. You guys can't see all these modules yet because I haven't posted them, but the final module, module 4, will end on the last date of our course, which is August 18th or Thursday. So those are, we just have 4 easy, simple modules with lots of assignments in each, and they're all about a week long because this is a 5-week course. Just taking you through some of these opening. In each module, you'll find the physiology workshop information and schedule. I include all the lecture PowerPoints, and then there's just some review questions that the textbook gives me that you guys can use to study. Then you'll see at least probably like 1 lecture quiz in each module. You'll see all the labs, maybe a lab quiz or lab exam, and then daily discussions. Okay, so we have a couple chapters here, a lecture quiz on those 2 chapters, chapters 3 and 4, information. And then we have 3 labs that you'll complete using a virtual kind of video game-like simulation called Labster. So if you click on the lab, it'll give you kind of an introductory information, which you should read through. I often take lab quiz questions or lab exam questions from this introduction part. And then you'll load the lab 1 in a new window. It uses a lot of power from your computer. It runs best on Google Chrome. And what these Labster labs do is they take you through a virtual lab simulation, and it asks you a series of questions, maybe 70 or 100, and then how much you get right, it kind of correlates into out of 10 points. So each lab in my class is worth 10 points. You can do these Labster labs as much as you want, but they take a couple hours to get through. So keep that in mind as you're working through them, and they're all based out of 10 points. So you have 3 Labster labs to do this first week. And then you have a lab quiz due this first week based on those first 3 labs that you've done. And then you have 3 more case study discussions. And in each case study discussion, really simply, you have to do an initial post that needs to be at least 150 words with a citation. So I grade you on word length if you got to 150 words, and then give me your citation. And then you need to reply to 2 classmates. Try to continue the discussion, ask a question, say something more than, oh, good job, or I agree, say something a little bit more. So you have an initial post and then 2 reply posts. Each are worth 10 points that I grade you on for a total of 30 points. And I do have a rubric here. And the rubric, just you get 5 points for getting to 150 words. A citation is another 5 points. and then 10 points for each reply post. That's very well thought out. So that's a case study. Normally, I say in here, your initial post is due by Wednesday at midnight. I'm going to be kind of lax on that because this is I usually do this when I have a week long, you guys have a week long to do this during a normal semester, but as long as you get your initial post and reply posts all done by Sunday, I won't really check to make sure that initial post was in by Wednesday, because I know we're in a very condensed course here, getting done in 5 weeks. So again, a recap on, what you guys have to do this first week. You have the introductory quiz discussion due by Wednesday, July 20th. And then everything else in module 1 is due by this coming Sunday, July 24th. That includes a lecture quiz, all these labs, which take a couple hours each, the lab quiz, and then case studies. And you have 3 of them. And then finally, a lecture exam. So please, get started right away. Again, this is going to seem like a lot thrown at you, but remember, what we're doing in 5 weeks is normally what would be done in 16 weeks. So each case study discussion, I would have a whole week for, and you have to do 3 in 1 week. So kind of a lot of work thrown at you, but that's what you signed up for. You want to get physiology done within 5 weeks. I get it. Please let me know. I've had a couple DSPS accommodations come in, and if you are DSPS, you'll see extra time added to anything that uses Proctorio or anything that's timed. Sometimes I'll give you a Proctorio, but I won't time it, so then you won't see extra time added. But if you are DSPS, you'll see extra time added for probably this lecture exam in the first module, and then the lecture quiz. What else? Let me take you through the syllabus a little bit. And then please, just email me with questions, set up a time to meet. We're not going to have any live meetings. So if you have a question, please send me a message, or if you want to meet up, in my office hours, let me know and I can do that, because this is a completely asynchronous class. I'm going to just kind of jump down here, keep in mind the dates of the course. We end on a Thursday, really quick 5-week course. This course is divided into 4 modules, and I'll post, the next module with, sometime this week. I'll let you guys read through this on your own. We are using Proctorio. You'll need a webcam and download that extension. Here is required course materials that you can get and register through the MyLab and Mastering link in Canvas. Here's the grading policy. You need a 70%, just like anatomy, to pass. This is assigned work. It's roughly 1,000 points. Some of the lecture exams are not quite 100 points. We have introductory material lecture exams. This should say daily case study discussion posts that you have, because we're doing everything, a week to week. Quizzes, lecture exams, lab reports, supplemental workshop instruction. Those are the workshops that you'll attend. And then a little bit more information about the lecture, case study discussion posts, and labs. A little bit more information about lab. We're using Labster, which is already loaded for you, that you can get to from Canvas. The other kind of half of labs will be done using PhysioX lab activities, and those are what you'll need the textbook link for. So when you get into the MyLab and Mastering and get access to the textbook, your first PhysioX lab, I'll also post a video that talks you through how to get to that PhysioX lab, because that is what you'll need your textbook link and the access code for. But this first week you can get by just using Labster Labs. So I give you about a week to get your textbook. Here are the workshop information that you can read through. Basic needs. Please read through this if you need anything. The student body statement, LGBTQ statement, academic integrity. The big thing here is cheating using Proctorio. So every once in a while, I will take a look at all the videos from your lecture exams. And I've seen some people, just look down at their phone the whole time to help them answer questions, or look off to the side. And if I see that happening, you get an automatic 0 on the test. That's actually being very gracious, because then, technically, if I see that happening, we could take this up with the disciplinary committee at LBCC, and I could kick you out of the class, and you could just get a 0 for the entire class. So do not cheat. There's no options for that. There's also no makeup options, because this course goes very quickly. I cannot offer any extensions for late work. If you get behind in the first week, I would probably encourage you just to drop, because there's no way you can make this stuff up. It's, again, what we're doing in 5 weeks normally occurs in a course of 4 months over the course of a semester. So if you get behind in the first week, it's going to be really hard, virtually impossible to make that up. Student services, DSPS, again, look for time added on your exams. If you don't see time added, please send me a message to remind me. I am very humble enough to be okay with getting reminders if I forget or make a mistake, but you should see time added. Online course, this says 20 hours per week. I would say you're going to want to spend at least 5 or 6 hours a day just to complete all the materials. And I know you're working, I know you have families, but again, you signed up for this, expect to spend at least 6 hours a day just staying on top of things. Again, if you're doing any traveling, you probably shouldn't be, that's going to be impossible. But if you don't have a computer or your internet goes out for some reason, that's not a valid excuse, because you have a whole week to get these assignments done. If there is some sort of medical emergency or anything else that is out of your control, though, please let me know. I'm not totally a terrible person, and I do understand that things come up. Okay, important spring dates. These are last dates to drop with a refund or drop without a W. And that's just this Wednesday. That's July 20th, because the course is so condensed. So just keep that in mind. If you do want to drop after that, you will get a W or a letter grade. You do have till August 10th to drop the course with a W. And then this just takes you through the modules, all the information, the labs that you'll see in Canvas as well. So with that, I know that's a lot of information. Let me know if you guys have any questions. I know this is a lot thrown at you. I wish you guys the best of luck. I'll see you most likely in a workshop that I'll be teaching, but otherwise this is a completely asynchronous course. I'll set up my office hours if you want to meet with me, but just send me a message ahead of time and let me know if you want to do that. So good luck, guys, and let me know if you have any questions. Take care, everybody.